What do museums, bars, Walmart, and a well-run classroom have in common? Mr. Allen never greeted his students at the door. That particular day, I remember he was in a room trying to finish up grading some papers from second period, I think. 702 was outside his room. I had 701. I remember Marquita was talking about this belt she was going to get if she had good behavior or if I sent home a positive report. So she had the belt on. I'm like, that's the belt. I see you, Marquita. Christian had a new haircut. I'm like, nice cut, Christian. I asked Marquise, did he sleep last night? Because his parents tend to, keep him up late or keep him out sometimes. So I was just greeting my students as they came in the room. 702 was across the hallway. And I noticed they would start pushing and it was a little rowdy. I kind of gave them a look, but I was focused on 701. So finally, as 701 was finishing getting in the room, I guess Mr. Allen had finished checking his papers and he said, come in, yelled it out from the door. He yelled, come in. So this kid started coming in, and as 701 was starting their drill, starting their warm up in my room, and I'm walking around monitoring the kids, watching them do everything they're supposed to do, I just heard noises getting louder and louder over across the hallway in 702, aka Mr. Allen's room, and yelling, and then some instigating, and you know the familiar sounds, and suddenly, boom, a desk hit the ground. And I believe some students hit the ground after that. And yeah, obviously a fight broke out in his room because I heard the instigators, the laughter, the oohs, the ahs, and I shut my door. So here's a simple teaching strategy. Simple teaching strategy. Greet your students at the door. Here's why. You get to give a temp check of your students. You get to see how they're feeling, how they're doing. Did they sleep? Did they eat? Before third period, before lunch, sometimes kids have a late lunch. Sometimes they're not feeling well. Sometimes they didn't sleep last night, first period. You just want to find out what's going on with them. Sometimes you want to give some compliments, build some community, show some empathy. It's the simplest strategy. It takes 2 minutes of your time to greet your students at the door. You get to monitor and supervise your students in the hallway. And your kids get to talk to you and compliment you as well. If you're a cool teacher, they'll definitely compliment you. They'll be like, oh, I see your new shoes. Or you got a fresh cut, Mr. J, if that's your name. That's a good way to greet your kids. It's a good way to build community. Greet your students at the door. It prevents a lot of negative behaviors of unsupervised students. And it also lets you get a chance to figure out what's going on with your class. So which teacher would you rather be? Would you rather be Mr. Allen, whose third period started with a fight, chaotic, or be the teacher that greets the kids at the door? Aisha would have told him. Aisha would have been like, Mr. Allen, you better get this girl out my face because I'm going to slap her. And he could have broke up the fight before it even started, could have separated them. Very simple strategy, but he wanted to grade some papers and his classroom started in conflict. So I said, which teacher do you want to be? But don't be Mr. Allen. Greet your kids in the hallway and you avoid a lot of problems. Unnecessary problems in your classroom gets to start off rolling and not on, I have to write referrals, I have to send kids out, I have to do things like that. FYI, I didn't close my door. I took Aisha in my room, I let her cool off, and I just thought and reflected clearly kids are going to act a certain way if they're unsupervised, just like adults act a certain way if they're unsupervised. Look at any sports arena, things happen in the stands, unsupervised adults. So don't let your students be unsupervised, greet your students at the door, and tell me what you would do. What would you have done if you were me? Would you have closed your door? Would you have addressed 702? Would you have addressed Mr. Allen? Mr. Allen, get out in the hallway and get your kids. They're starting to, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in another video.